Well, there's a number of different options, Dan. We had essentially 3 days of arguments back and forth, appeals against lower court hearings, one in Scotland that said the suspension of Parliament was unlawful. The High Court in England had said that it was not an issue for judges to decide upon. The Supreme Court today at around 10:30 local time will have to decide, A, whether this is something they should be looking at all, and if it is, whether his actions were lawful or unlawful. Now, if they say this was something that was within the power of the Prime Minister to do, essentially the status quo continues and nothing changes. If they decide to say this was an unlawful action, there are really three options open to both the Prime Minister and to the judges, and in fact to the Speaker of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. They could decide that the parliamentary session essentially had continued throughout this period when it looked physically to be shut and would continue onwards. It would then be up to the Prime Minister potentially to try and suspend it again if he felt that the argument had allowed him to do so in a more lawful manner in the future. Essentially, we've been told you're allowed to do this in the future, but just do it differently. Or potentially, you could see the House of Commons Speaker, the House of Lords Speaker get together, reopen Parliament, they'd have a fresh state opening of Parliament and then continue on their way. And of course, that's going to be a real challenge for the Prime Minister. He said he will listen to what the judges say today. He has respect for the judiciary. They will comply if that's something they're told to do. But of course, that will be yet another blow to his minority government. It will raise a lot of questions about his own credibility as Prime Minister if he's essentially deemed to have illegally, unlawfully advised the Queen about this issue. And then going forward, it will clearly frustrate his strategy on Brexit, as we saw Parliament do before the suspension kicked in earlier in September. Matt.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.